Joining us now on the MegaCast, Angela and Edward French. They are the owners of the Blue Line Farms. Great to have you both with us.
Thanks for having us.
Good to be here.
Okay, where's a baby goat?
They're outside.
I want a baby goat.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
They are so cute. And before we jump into your farm, I know that you guys do yoga with the goats. Are you still doing that?
Yoga. Yeah, we do yoga twice a week on Thursdays and Sundays at 7 p.m.
How did you come up with doing yoga with a goat?
It's kind of super random. So at the church across the street where we live, they do these fitness classes outdoors, and I kept seeing them. And so I inquired about it. And the amazing instructor actually teaches yoga. And she was like, wait, you have goats? We have to do goat yoga. And it was kind of just thrown together. And so goat yoga in Livonia was born.
I love that. Edward, can you give us a little bit of background on your farm over there? Because you're really kind of in the city, right?
Yeah, no, we are very much right in the middle of the city. It just kind of started out as a hobby, which turned into a lifestyle, which is now a business. So it's funny how quickly it evolved over the last couple of years, and now we're doing Zoom radio interviews. So, and we're not even trying, which is really cool because people are reaching out to us, they're finding us, and it's just, it just exploded. So it's been really cool.
See, that's because you were meant to be doing this, and so the doors opened up for you. And tell us more about the farm, though. How does it work? How big is it?
Well, we are on a little bit over an acre here. That's not entirely all pasture area, but we do have a sizable pasture which the animals roam around all day long. We do lock them up every night, just to keep them safe from predators and whatnot. But the chickens roam around, so they're all free-range chickens. We just started a garden this year as well. So we're getting into the vegetable gardening of farming.
And canning and stuff like that, too. We have high hopes of making our own Bloody Mary mix, so stay tuned for that.
Ooh. That'd be a seller.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And with everything pretty much from our garden, too, which we're excited about.
So with that too, Angela, can I ask you, because when we're thinking about having animals in a farm in the middle of the city, and I know in the city of Detroit, urban farming has become very popular as well, but there have been a few ordinance and guideline issues surrounding having some of the animals in the city proper. As you guys were building your farm and growing the farm, has that become an issue at all, or no?
So far it hasn't been an issue. We've had support from a lot of city council members coming to the farm and sponsoring animals and things like that. So far it hasn't been an issue. We try to keep everything super clean. We try to make sure we're not having animals that would be a nuisance, making a lot of noise and things like that. So far everything has been really, really good when it comes to the city and ordinances and things like that.
And we know sometimes some of the chickens in Detroit, it was like they would just roam down the street over to someone else's house. Like,
our chickens roam, and sometimes we have some naughty girls that kind of get out and roam a little bit, but they don't really stray past our property line, which is good. So, and then they usually put themselves back in, which is kind of funny to watch. So we've been lucky, no strays.
So what's it been like for the two of you in the middle of the pandemic?
As far as the farm?
Yes. Has it been busier?
Actually, it has. So we started the farm and bought our house in 2018 with the idea of doing this. But, things were, we had to slowly build things and things like that. And then it was at the end of 2019 that we actually got our animals. And then, as everybody knows, COVID hit in the beginning of 2020. And we thought, well, that's that. We're just going to have the animals and enjoy them, eat chicken eggs, that kind of a thing. But from our surprise, people were like wanting things to do in a small group setting and outdoors. And so the farm actually took off. Even dead of winter, snow on the ground, people still wanted to come and see the animals because I think they were just so cooped up and they felt like this was a safe thing for them to be able to do. So we got a lot busier with the pandemic.
I was thinking cooped up, chicken coop. You cracked me up, but
that's a good one.
It is a good one.
And so with that, too, Edward, if I can ask you, how did you keep it all together? and trying to plan and grow the farm, but also deal with the pandemic and the rules and restrictions?
Well, one of the things that I would say is the COVID has kind of helped us out with, in that it's forced us to reinvest in our house and our, our surroundings here, our immediate home. It's encouraged us to, invest in our house and our family and everything like that, and build it up and make it look prettier, make it look nicer. And as a result of that, we've turned it into quite a nice little piece that people enjoy coming to. So it's been pretty cool that way.
How many animals do you have?
We have a lot. We have
50 chickens.
Yeah.
10 goats.
2 pigs.
2 pigs, 2 ducks.
2 ducks.
2 barn cats.
A guinea pig, 2 dogs, and we have 3 human children too.
So what time does your day begin and what time does it end?
Well, I mean, most people think farmers are up at the crack of dawn. And if we had, 50 acres and 300 animals, it would probably be a different story. But being that we are only on 1 acre, we usually get up about 8, or we get the animals out of the barn about 8 o'clock. Feed the babies that are being bottle fed right now, and then let them free range during the day. Yeah, they're bottle fed. 2 of them are bottle fed, which is a lot of fun. So our day doesn't start any earlier really than anybody else's. But if we had more property and had to walk farther, to get water and stuff like that, it probably would start a lot earlier.
So how does it work? If someone wants to come visit the farm, can they just stop by, or is it by appointment?
So it is by appointment. So we do have full-time jobs as well. I wish the farm, and one day the farm will be our main source of income, but right now it's a part-time thing. So because of that, and because we have kids and this is our home, we have signups on our website for being able to come. And not only with the pandemic and kind of restrictions on numbers, we are a small urban farm. We don't have like a parking lot. So even without the pandemic, we would definitely have to limit numbers coming. For everyone's enjoyment too. The more people that are there, the less time they have to answer questions and things like that. So signups on our website, we try to have a couple of weekday visits where they can come during the week, and then 1 Saturday every month, and then our yoga. And then we also do private events too, that someone would just have to reach out to schedule that with us based on our schedule availability.
So Angela, you said you guys also have full-time jobs.
We do, yeah. I know. We've had to set a lot of boundaries when it comes to the farm, because when we first started it, people would be like, "Can I come over?" And we'd be like, "Sure." And then it was like my actual job was kind of on the back burner. So I'm a full-time real estate agent too. So which is great because I do have a flexible job and I can be here a lot and I can, and still work. But I also needed to make my job a priority as well. So the boundary thing has been something that we've had to put into place to make sure I still have time to work and we have time to do the farm.
But I'm also looking at the 2 of you and I'm like, okay, obviously, eating all those fresh eggs and the fresh food is doing wonders because you seem like you have so much energy. Just balancing your schedules, I'm listening to you and I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm a very type A personality. I like to be in control and I like to be busy. So, but then there's that fine line between being too busy and overscheduling and actually having, those boundaries and having everything set. So we have a calendar that we write all of our activities, anything that's going on with the kids or with yoga, or if we don't have yoga, and that way we can keep track of everything. Otherwise, we'd probably go crazy.
So, and added to this, you actually have items up for sale.
We do.
That you make from there at the farm.
Yep. So hopefully it'll get expanded by the end of the summer. But right now we make homemade goat milk soap from fresh goat milk, and we make that right here. Eddie helps too, and sometimes the kids do, so it's a family affair. We also sell our chicken eggs. We sell duck eggs. We also have farm apparel, like you can't really see, but we have our farm T-shirts for sale too, and some like drink koozies we have right now. And we're kind of just slowly expanding kind of merchandise, but that's what we've got available right now.
And eventually, once the garden gets up, we'll be doing the Bloody Mary mix, canning pickles.
And then extra vegetables and stuff like that for sale too.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a hint.
Okay.
There was a little dive bar in New Orleans, and they made infused Bloody Mary mix, and it was so good. And I've never been able to find it up here. And I tried to make some off of Pinterest. Just didn't turn out quite the same. So come up with an infused Bloody Mary mix, and I'll market it for you.
You got it. Well, we're gonna do our best. We love a good Bloody Mary, so like that's our goal, is to make like a really good Bloody Mary. That sounds awesome.
Unfortunately, I forget the name of the little dive bar, other than it's a little dive bar in the French Quarter.
Maybe that was the name.
Well, maybe we can find it. We'll figure it out.
Right. I'm sure if I dig back through my, my bank account, because I was going there like every day, because I was like, this is so good. I mean, it was like awesome. This is so fun, though, and I know that you guys are so busy, but where do you hope this will go? Like full time?
Yeah, we have a 10-year plan. We call it our 10-year plan. So in 10 years, all of our kids will be out of school. Our youngest is 8. And so our 10-year plan, we love what we do. We have so many people reaching out to us on a daily basis, almost like, hey, can you house my animal? Can we rehome it? And we just don't have the infrastructure in the space. I would love to one day not only have like an animal sanctuary, so if any animal needs a home, we can provide it, but then also continue the experience of people coming and having an immersion experience with the animals, not just from the gate, not just from afar, but actually coming in and touching them and feeling them and learning about them. So our 10-year plan is to find a piece of property somewhere in northern Michigan. It has 50 to 100 to 200 acres, and have as many animals as possible, and also maybe even do like a bed and breakfast type thing where you can come and stay on the farm in a little cabin and have an immersive experience as well. So that's kind of our plan.
But I like your plan right here in Livonia, because a lot of times when we think about kids, so few of them actually get to engage with farm animals. They read about them in books and they see them on TV. But when you live in a city, you're so limited to really having those experiences, because, I mean, we used to have the big fair at the fairgrounds. Do they still have local fairs? I don't.
They do. I don't know with COVID now, but they have in the past. But it's pretty much just like the 4-H animals there. So it's not really like, you could go and ask them questions and things like that. So we feel it's really important to have the kids be able to come. They can ask questions. They can, touch an animal. I mean, I see some of these little kids that are just, going up to one of our big goats and just like loving on him, and he's just standing there loving the attention. It's really neat to watch them and how excited they are.
Angela and Edward French with us here on the MegaCast. They're owners of Blue Line Farms. And Edward, what's it been like for you to see some of the kids engage with the goats and the chickens for the very first time?
It's really cool. We do get quite a bit of repeat families that come through here. The kids they don't want to leave when it comes time for them to go. You can definitely see that they're 100% happy, and they enjoy the interaction with the animals. It's fun watching them try to run around the pasture trying to catch a chicken, and or playing with the baby goats up on our playscape, and jumping around playing the floor is lava. It's fun to watch them just unleash with the animals, and that immersive experience, I think, is one of the things that's different about us than maybe some of the other farms around, in that we do let the kids and everything play up with the animals. They can pick them up, they can hold them, and it's just more of an intimate surrounding and more intimate environment, and I think that people really click onto that.
And so many kids probably really needed that engagement this year, spending so much time in front of their computer screens. So to actually get out in the fresh air, or not so fresh sometimes, country air, but to really, be around animals had to be, almost a therapy for them and their parents.
It was. Their parents seemed very, very grateful to have something to do and to bring them to, and it is outside. We did wear masks, and we did try to stay away and keep our distance like we should have, but they seemed very grateful to have an opportunity, because they'd be like, oh my gosh, we haven't been out in public or doing anything since X amount of time. And so everybody seemed like they needed it.
How many times did you hear little kids say, Mom, I want a baby goat?
Oh, they'd be like, we're going to take it with them. We joked, this one little kid, we're like, we're going to check your pockets before you leave, so many, even the adults, we're going to take a baby goat, how much for it? And a lot of them really want, or baby chicks when we had baby chickens too. They were very excited about those too.
So about how many eggs do you get from the chickens and the ducks every day?
So it fluctuates. The duck, we only have one female, so we get one duck egg a day. The chickens, though, it fluctuates. So they stopped kind of laying in the winter because they lay less when there's less sunlight or daylight. And so now, right now, we're getting like 18 to 25 a day.
That's a lot of eggs.
It's a lot of eggs. So yeah, it's a lot of eggs, which is good because our eggs are amazing. But yeah, it's a lot of eggs.
Anyone on the keto diet, go get the eggs from.
They're so good. Once you try farm fresh, you're never going to go back. They're just so good.
So I saw on social media as well when we're talking about the goats. I remember a few years ago someone brought in a bunch of goats in the city of Detroit to try to, clear out some of the vacant lots because the goats eat the grass.
They eat everything.
And Nicole Curtis just posted on her Instagram page, I think it was, and she's obviously from HGTV, had the big dispute with the land bank, ends up getting the house, but the grass was real high. So she brought in these little goats to clear away the grass. I mean, it was so adorable.
Yeah, they'll eat poison ivy. They'll eat anything. So, they're good to have around because they keep things nice and tidy.
See, the goat, they can eat my grass, but the deer cannot eat my flowers.
Stay away.
Yeah, right. Well, the goats might eat your flowers too. So.
Oh, well, okay, baby goat.
You're strong talking to.
Angela and Edward French with us. They are the owners of the Blue Line Farms located in Livonia. Where can people find out more information, or maybe if they want to buy some of your soap as well?
So we have a website. It's super easy. It's bluelinefarms.com. We also are on Facebook and Instagram. I try to do some live videos and things like that on Facebook to kind of show the baby goats playing or our garden progress and things like that. So we're Blue Line Farms on Facebook as well, and Instagram, and they can find us on both those places and order eggs, soap, anything like that. Sign up to come visit on our website.
And how many people can participate in the yoga classes?
So we recently reduced the yoga class just to have everyone be able to park in our driveway. So 25 people can come to yoga, and then farm visits is about 20 people at each visit as well. Just like I said, to keep numbers down because of the parking situation, and also the smaller the amount of people, the more intimate the visit is, and they can ask any questions and things like that.
Angela and Edward French with us here on the MegaCast. Blue Line Farms located in Livonia. It's great to have both of you with us.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time, and I need to get out there. I want to do the goat yoga.
See you soon then. Love to have you.